Hello, Belize party people. It's Johanna with our next announcement for our Belize private island rental coming right up. And today I'm going to talk to you about cash, gratuities, and the digital entry form that is now required for Belize Customs and Immigration. So first, cash. There is no need to get foreign currency for this trip. The exchange rate is really easy. They do have Belizean dollars there, but they take US dollars everywhere too. So that makes it, like I said, really easy. The exchange rate is also held steady at 2 to 1. So if you see something that's 20 Belizean dollars, it's $10 US, easy peasy. Usually when you're in a store and you see something marked $20, they use the same dollar sign that we do. So usually you have to ask, hi Cindy, is this $20 Belizean? And they'll say yes, and it's $10 US. But it's just good to clarify that because the dollar sign looks the same. If you want, bring a small bill assortment of US dollars. Brings lots of ones, fives, and tens. Hi, Cheryl, so that you can make exact change wherever you go. If you're kind of haggling with a local vendor about some souvenirs that you're buying from them and you get it down to 12 bucks and then you have to hand them a 20, you might feel a little bit awkward, right? And if they do end up giving you any change back, it may very well be in Belizean dollars. So it's good to be able to have the right change in US dollars when you're shopping. I really do love shopping from the locals in their little stands. So then let's see, after cash and gratuities, let's talk about on the island. So on the island, you won't need any cash. As you're going throughout your day, you may order drinks, have food served to you, have housekeeping service, but you don't need to be tipping as you go. There's no need to keep cash on you on the island. There is a set recommended amount for gratuities, which is $225 to $275 per person total for the whole week. So that is kind of a lot, and I know some of you may be having a little bit of sticker shock right now hearing that number, and what I would say is that it's totally up to you. It's your discretion once you've received the service, what you think it's worth. I have a feeling that some of you will end up tipping more than that because I know some of you and you're very generous tippers. But if you feel less, do less. This is optional. I just like to give you their guidelines so that you have some sort of base to go off of so that A, you can be prepared in advance, and B, you kind of know how to adjust up or down accordingly once you get there. You don't need cash for those gratuities. You can sign them onto your credit card. What's going to happen is when we're leaving the island the day before, they will have each one of us come into the office whenever it's convenient to us, and they'll present you with your bill, which starts out at zero. It would be zero unless you book something like a massage, maybe take a yoga class that costs extra, maybe take a fishing trip that costs extra, anything extra that you've purchased while you're there, souvenirs or sunscreen in the gift shop, they'll be totaled up on your invoice, and you can add your gratuity then and write it all onto your credit card if you like, or pay cash for all of it if you like. Usually people do credit card. They do ask that you consider paying all of your gratuities in one lump sum like that at checkout, because that gets distributed between everyone on the island. And the service staff on the island, they live there all year round. They're a family. They even want everyone to be included, not just the bartenders who we're interfacing with all the time, but how about the guys who are raking up the seaweed? Those guys who are grooming the sand and keeping the island pristine for us, they work hard. Introduce yourself one time, talk to them, get their names. Every single person working on that island is so wonderful and working so hard. It's important to me that my gratuities are split between everyone, so I always do a set amount per person signed onto my credit card that's for everybody. Then if there's someone who really stood out to you, who you feel like this person made my week special, you can do an extra cash gratuity for them, but it's really not expected, because if you talk to them, they will remind you that doing the gratuity through the office goes to everyone, and they want all their island family to be taken care of too. Then there is a digital entry form now that is required. Doing it digitally in advance, the customs and immigration form that we need for arriving in Belize. I believe that there's also one for exiting Belize. But this arrival form is now not only a convenience to save you time at the airport on arrival, it is required. So we're going to put the link down in the Facebook comments below, and we're also going to put it in the email that goes out with this video, but I recommend waiting for that email because I just did mine for my whole family, and there were all these different questions about what district are you staying in and what town are you going to, and is it a hotel, is it a villa? There were all these weird little things that I had to figure out, and I've told you in the email exactly how to answer all those questions. Okay, so you've got like your study guide before your test, and you want to have that handy when you fill out that form. You're also going to need your flight details, and you're going to need your passports. All of the information has to be entered from all of the passports. If you are related, you can do one form. For both of you. Spouses also, you can do one form for the both of you. If you're not related, roommates, then you each need to do your own form. And please let us know once you've completed it. You don't have to send it to us. What happens is you enter all the personal information and click save. And then you enter all of the customs immigration, like, am I bringing stuff into the country with me? And you click save again, and it gives you a QR code. And when you go through customs and immigration, you're just going to scan that QR code. So you don't need to send it to us. You just need to let us know that it's done because it's required. We're going to keep track of all of you and make sure that you've all done it and everybody's ready to go, right? We want this to be easy peasy on arrival. But you don't have to send it to us unless you want us to keep a copy as a backup for you. If you want us to keep a copy as a backup, sure, send it to us and we will. Otherwise, just let us know that it's completed so you'll be good to go on arrival. Next week, we'll be talking more about activities and day tours. So stay tuned and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye, everyone.